Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kathleen Grace, and I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager at CanadaHelps. Today's presentation will focus on fundraising solutions for charities, and it will be presented by Matt Gontovnick, who is the Charity Engagement Specialist here at CanadaHelps. So we're very excited to have Matt present for us today. Just a few things before we get started. A little housekeeping. We'd like to remind you that you'll be able to hear us throughout the presentation, but we can't hear you. That said, we still definitely want to hear your questions, so if you have them throughout the presentation, simply type them out into the questions log. Matt will be available for a question and answer period at the end of his presentation. If you're having any trouble hearing us, simply turn up your computer's volume. If you continue to have trouble hearing us, look for the audio options on your GoToWebinar panel and click Sound Check. A box will pop up. Click the Speakers tab on the right and then make sure your volume is turned way up. For the best webinar experience, it's best to close any applications that you have open so that the sound syncs up with the changing of the slides on the screen. And just a final note, we will share the links to the slides with you all in an email following the presentation today, and you can definitely share them with your team or whoever else might be interested. And in fact, just so that you're aware, in the handout section of your GoToWebinar panel, the PowerPoint slides we're presenting are actually already available there, along with a few other handouts that will be relevant to today's presentation. So again, you're welcome to access those directly, and the slides will also be shared in an email with you following today's presentation. So we are ready to get started. If you just bear with me for a moment, I'm going to pass the controls on to Matt, who will be walking us through how you can grow your online fundraising strategy with tools from CanadaHelps. So just give me 1 second while I pass on the controls to him.
Hello, everybody. Hope you guys can all hear me okay. Thank you so much for taking the time today to sit down with us and really learn all that there is to know a little bit with CanadaHelps, kind of what we do, kind of all our latest platforms and fundraising tools to really help you kind of grow your fundraising program online. And thank you so much, Kathleen, for helping to coordinate this webinar as well. So for those that are not too familiar with CanadaHelps, kind of what we do, how we operate. I'll just go into a little bit about that right now. So for those of you that are not too aware of CanadaHelps, we are a charity helping charities. So we provide online, affordable, really easy to use online fundraising tools and strategies to really help you grow your fundraising goals online. We provide a lot of sector education, so we have a lot of white papers, charity life blog, donor life blog, to really kind of keep you up to date with the charitable sector and everything that CanadaHelps provides as well. On the donor side of things, we like to consider ourselves really a one-stop shop for really supporting any Canadian registered charity in Canada. So any single individual can go to CanadaHelps.org, learn more about any single charity of their choice, and quickly and easily give a donation to that charity or that cause. So just quickly at a glance, so we've been around for just over 15 years now, and we serve about just over 16,000 small to medium-sized registered charities really all across Canada to really help them with their online giving. We've been accredited through Imagine Canada standards, which means that we're one of really only 150 organizations in Canada who have really demonstrated certain accreditations and standards to really achieve this goal. We are completely PCI compliant, and so in terms of all the processing, in terms of everything we do, our proven track record is outstanding. So over the past 15 years, we've actually reached our goal of getting donations of $600 million over that past 15 years. And last year alone, we did over $100 million. So a lot of the new programs and a lot of the new online fundraising tools that we've offered over the past couple of years have really given a lot of charities a really strong presence online and a really easy, secure, affordable way to really increase their charitable giving as well. So that's a little bit about Canada Helps, kind of what we do, our mission as a registered charity as well. So today's webinar will really break down 3 of our core platforms that we offer. So the first one will be our customizable donation forms, which is the easiest way to collect and process online donations. The second platform that I will be going into is our peer-to-peer social fundraising platform. And then the last one will be our events management platform, which we released really just a couple months ago. So we will kind of go over each one of those tools in detail and show you some past examples of charities who've used it as well. So to begin, this is definitely Canada Helps, one of our main platforms that we offer. This is our streamlined donation, customizable donation form that you can completely embed onto your website. So you can see on the right side of the slide where Feed Calgary Foundation as an example. This is one of our examples of the customizable donation form. So you have your charity profile name, your business number, a logo, the impact statement that you've included. You can select multiple funds. You can have preset donations, a specific message to a charity as well. And then on the left side you can see that the donation fee that we charge is a 3.5%, which does include all credit card fees, transaction fees. So in terms of Canada Helps and everything that we do, there's no registration fee with Canada Helps or monthly fee. So anytime a donation is processed, is there only a donation, a fee that will be associated with that. So continuing with the donation form, you can see Calgary Zoo's example over here. So you can see a great background that they've included. They have their impact statement. So all of the features that we've included with the customizable donation form is on the left side over here to really kind of show you all the main features that we do offer. So we do the automatic tax receipting. So the donor will go onto your website, go through the donation form, give a donation, and they will be sent instantly a tax charitable receipt right to their email account. You can have different forms. So you can have a form for a one-time donation. You can have a monthly donation form. We have many different types of payment options as well. So we take a major type of credit cards, so Visa, MasterCard, American Express. We take PayPal, and we're actually the only donation process really in Canada in terms of what developing for charities to include Interact Debit as well as a processing tool. We do tribute giving, so in memory or in honor of someone with e-cards. And then the side of the screen you can see what the donation form looks like on a mobile phone. And last year alone we actually had a statistic that roughly about 20 to 25% of all donations that were processed through Canada Helps actually came from a mobile phone. So we're going to see that trend definitely increase over the years to come. So anything you do online, just always make sure that it is mobile friendly and mobile optimized as well. We have really great social sharing tools, so you can share based on Facebook and Twitter, Pinterest, through email. You'll have complete access to your donor records, so it's easy for a charity to go in, to download the reports, and kind of see all the donations that they've made on either a daily basis, a weekly basis, yearly basis. So any time you want to go in and kind of check that out is entirely up to you and how you want to do it as well. Google Analytics tracking, so you can put your tracking code with Google Analytics into that donation form, so you can check time on page, you can check the bounce rate as well. So we do the the weekly ETF transfers, so every single Thursday, if you are fully registered with CanadaHelps and do provide your online banking with us, you will get direct deposits to your account every single Thursday, which makes it incredibly easy for yourself instead of all that paperwork and stuff like that as well. CanadaHelps is a registered charity in Canada, and everything that we do is completely bilingual. So you can have a custom donation form in English, and you can have a custom donation form in French as well. And then, as I mentioned before, we are completely PCI compliant and do meet all of those standards as well. So continuing with a little bit more examples that you can completely brand it to your page. So you can see underneath we have a couple examples with the Feed Calgary Foundation. They have a great background image that they've included with different preset donations amounts as well. You can also see the Asthma Society of Canada on the left side of their donation form. They have a great background image as well. And then towards the middle with the example of Food Share Toronto, as I mentioned, we have a lot of these great buttons where you can actually, we've provided a couple of button options branded from CanadaHelps and just either green or different types of red where it shows the donate now or donate monthly. So you can actually include these buttons on your website or actually kind of use your own images for buttons or clicks. So you can have a donation form for a one-time gift, and you can also have a donation button and a donation form for monthly. In terms of the personal options, in terms of the automatic branding and receipts, you have the custom thank you message that you can actually include to donors that they receive on their email address as well. Continuing with that as well, just a couple more examples of different donation forms. On the right of the screen, you can actually see the charity who've embedded their donation form right on their website. So this is in e-commerce definitely best practices when it comes to streamlining your donation. So the donor or visitor goes to your website, they read your mission, their cause, all your impact statements and everything that you do, your programs, and let's say they want to make a quick and easy donation. So this form can actually go embedded right onto your website. That's now, the donor will never leave your website, so your branding's there, your message is there, and it's always kind of consistent throughout as well. The last slide over here is we've actually, just about a couple weeks ago, had a whole new branding features that we've implemented at CanadaHelps. So on the left side you can see the actual charity receipts that do get sent out to the donor. So it has completely your logo, your charity name, the donations that were collected, and then at the bottom it just shows powered by CanadaHelps. So the tax receipts are now completely branded for your charity as well. And then a couple other features that we've included in our release just a couple of weeks ago was now you can add in different custom e-cards, you can set now suggested donation amounts for the one-time gifts and monthly gifts as well, so you can choose different donations based if it's a one-time gift or a monthly gift. A little bit more customization to the donation form as well, so you can see the charity, how they've embedded their donation form, and they actually removed the top section and changed the layout a little bit. So on the left side you have make a donation with a little bit of an impact statement and text kind of showing maybe where that donation is going to go to and how it's going to help. And then on the right side they've included just a nice kind of header image. So you can actually now remove that whole top section, you can change it around, you can put only text, or you can actually now include an image by itself. So there's a lot of variations and a lot of different customizable features that now you can include as well. So with the color palettes and the background colors, we've just given charities a lot more control to really kind of change different controls and different features around. So that concludes our custom donation form. The second phase of our presentation here today is all about our peer-to-peer social fundraising tool. So this tool is really for charities who want to really and participate in any type of walkathon, a runathon, really to get your donors engaged, to get your donors active and really participating really on your behalf. So I've really divided this down into kind of two major questions at the beginning. So like I said over before, what is peer-to-peer social crowdfunding, and maybe as a charity why you should consider running your own P2P crowdfunding event as well. So really what peer-to-peer social crowdfunding really comes down to is you as a charity empowering your supporters to raise money on behalf of your organization, maybe for a specific cause, or you have a fundraising goal that you want to achieve. So you would create your peer-to-peer social crowdfunding event, and then you would contact your supporters and really get them to kind of reach out to their friends, to their family, coworkers to endorse and to raise money on your behalf. So a lot of campaigns that we've seen in the past is just you create a campaign page and then you kind of branch out either through email, through Facebook or any type of social sharing tool to really get donors to donate towards your cause. But this is a little bit different. This is all about the third-party crowdfunding where you really get your donors to really be active supporters for your charity as well. So you provide guidance. You have to make your supporters feel inspired to reach out to their personal networks, tools they need, fundraising events as well. And traditionally, a lot of the events we've seen are a lot geared towards the walkathons, runathons, bikeathons, stuff like that. But you can really be as creative as you want. We've seen examples of bowl-a-thons, sing-alongs, dancing, talent shows, scavenger hunts. Really you can be as creative as you want to really get your donors really actively supporting and brings a lot of social awareness to your charity as well. So in terms of maybe why you should consider running your own P2P event is we've really seen, at least over the past 5 to 10 years in Canada, a really surge in growth in fundraising and really harnessing the power of the digital world when really the social relationships do develop. So it's really easy now to really share your cause, your mission, the programs, everything that you do to really get your donors actively involved. And then what you can do is you can tailor this around an event that you're hosting as well. So, for Canadians, it really provides a meaningful way to really help the charities they care about, to inspire friends, family, really having fun and participating in an event. It gives you a great opportunity to, raise funds, really vital to fueling your charity's work. You can acquire new donors and even strengthen the relationships that you currently have with your existing donors as well. So similar to what we'll do at CanadaHelps, there's no registration fee, setup fee, monthly fee with this platform. It's just a low rate of 4.9%. Which does include all the credit card fees, processing fees as well. So here's an example of a past year who did run a P2P event about a couple months, about earlier on, did launch our first round of the platform, and we've now launched this platform about a year ago. So we've seen now over 400 charities who raised over $1 million through this platform, who've really shown a lot of growth in their online fundraising by hosting a P2P event. So you can see from the main page, you have on the top of the page, it has the P2P event title, it has the charity name underneath that, and then a big hero image of the event or a picture that you upload as well. Clear call to actions everywhere. You have the big donate button. You have all the social sharing tools with Facebook and Twitter, Pinterest, Google+, and email. You can include a fundraising goal, so you can have a current goal of, they have the Resettling Syrian Refugees example over here by Humanity First Canada had a goal of $125,000, and you can see currently that they had $12,000 raised at that present time. You have really great clear buttons where you can find a team, find a person, create a team, or join as an individual as well. So the next slide over here just kind of breaks down pretty much what I just said into different groups. So you have kind of the roll-up for team participants and donations. So you have your fundraising goal. You have all the call to actions where you can find a team, you can find a person, create a team, join as an individual, the great hero banner image with all the social sharing tools, a great media carousel so you can upload pictures, you can upload videos, and really just kind of present a gallery of images to really kind of share with your audience as well. And then towards the bottom of the page, it shows the top individual fundraisers, shows the top fundraising teams, and then your supporter wall as well. So what we just saw over there was really what we like to call it your charity hub page. So this is your main kind of landing page where when you send out a link, or let's say you want to promote it on your website, the donor will click on the link and they'll be directed to that main page. So we have really a three-tier, three-level system where after the charity page then comes the team page. So if I was an individual that I wanted to participate in your event, I would either search for a team, create my own team, and then from there, let's find a team member that I want to join. I would go next step to their team, which has their own personalized page as well. So it spotlights their fundraising progress. They have maybe a goal that the team itself has set up, and then it links to each team page as well. Then under that, once you join the team, you will have your own individual participant or fundraising page. And this is the page that you typically would use to share with your friends, share with your family, coworkers, and however you decide to kind of share your page is completely up to you, whether it's through an email blast that you want to send out. You can give links through Twitter and through Facebook. You can put on your Facebook wall, and then each individual participant has their own fundraising goal as well. So it's like their goal, maybe they have a target, and then what they're currently at as well. So everything does roll up to the top. So let's say I wanted to donate $100 to my friend Mike's page. We'll go to his page, which will then go to his page to roll up that $100, and then all that will go to the charity page. So it's kind of a three-tier system that all rolls up to the top as well. On this slide, you can see how easy the sign-up is through each phase. So whether you're signing up as an individual fundraising page or a team page, it's really seamless. The buttons are big. It's really easy to navigate. You can add in custom questions. You can put in T-shirt sizes, different type of waivers as well. If you want someone to sign a waiver based on the event that you're having as well. Simple management of the actual campaign as well for team captains, different charity admins to really kind of get their branding configuration and access reports. And then on the right side, you can see the donation process as well. And we do take all the different types of donation transactions as well. So Visa, MasterCard, American Express, PayPal, Interact Debit. So we do have all those functionalities as we did in the custom donation form that we do in peer-to-peer as well. And then with everything said, we do support the instant tax receipt. So when the donation gets made, that donor will get their instant tax receipt right to their email address. We have a couple of different type of color palettes that you can choose from over here. So you can see from the example, Help Us to Help Kittens campaign. This is the Herbie Foundation for Cats. This is one of the color palettes that they choose. So we have right now the 9 branding options. So you can base the colors on your website or your logo, or maybe a theme that you have as well. So you do have different controls and different accesses to really customize your page towards your branding and color palettes. This is what the bottom of the page looks like. So on the left side, you have the top individual fundraisers, you have the supporters wall, all the call to actions, you have the media carousel, all the social sharing on the right. So you have the Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Google+, and email as well. So this just goes into a little bit of the back end of CanadaHelps. So when you do create your own peer-to-peer fundraising page through CanadaHelps, this is the charity admin controls that you will see when you do log in. So you can see all the tabs. So it has the info tab, media library, page visuals. You can include donation presets, teams, participants, and the custom questions that you want to include as well. So in terms of the info tab that you'll see over here, this is where you can include your event URL, you can put in your event team name, you can choose the language, so you can do English, you can do French, or you can do bilingual, and you can have both options as well. You can put in a specific fund designation. So let's say you want to create a P2P campaign that wants to raise, let's say, $10,000 for, maybe expanding your warehouse or collecting, additional food items or supplies or whatever you need, you can actually now create a specific fund and easily track that in the donation report through Canada Helps as well. You can do the custom registration questions, you can do multiple choice for maybe different food items, you can do one questions on t-shirt sizes, charity waivers, and so much more. You have control to add as questions as you want. The best donation amounts, you can have preset donations of let's say $10 or $50 or $100. You can decide the donation amount, and you can actually now put an impact statement under that amount of maybe guiding and showing that, oh, $10 donations will go to X, or $50 donations will go to Y. Moving on to the tags and categories. So let's say you have a P2P event that you want to run nationally across the country, and you have maybe multiple cities. So you want to run an event in Vancouver, in Ottawa, Montreal, or Toronto. You can now actually categorize based on a location. So you can set up a tag that's called location, and someone who lands on your page can now search for a team, or they can search for a participant based on the location that they're in as well. The last thing that I will mention over here is the access control. So this is a really cool feature that we've included where, as a charity, you have a lot of control to really include who and the type of individuals that you want to attend your event. So you can have, the basic option is allow anyone to join. So if you send out that link or someone finds you on your website and they want to join your P2P campaign that you're hosting, they can just go through the team page process. They can go and include their individual participation page as well. Or you can actually now require your approval. So when they, let's say they want to join the event, you will actually receive an email asking if that person can join your event. Or the third option is by your invite only. So if you want to only send out maybe a small event for 10 or 20 people, it will only be sent out to those people when you send it out. So in terms of when you land on your page, you will not be able to join a team, you will not be able to create your own fundraising page because they will only need an invite to be able to do that process. Moving towards the tabs, so the top section of the slide shows the teams navigation bar, and the bottom section shows the report section. So for the team section, you can invite, you can delete, suspend, you can invite team captains, and you can really kind of control all the teams and all the participants in the back end of the admin controls as well. Has a great email integration, so you can email individuals, you can email team captains, teams of participants as well. And then at the bottom, you can see the report section. So it's divided into 3 sections. The first section is the top 5 fundraisers. The middle section is the top 5 teams. And the bottom section is the 5 recent donations. And that will show you just a quick overview of the top individuals in that order. You can always go in, you can click the view all button, kind of go in and get a closer look, and you can always click the red button where it says download full report, which is a CSV file, which will go right into your Excel sheet. Easy access, and you can do this as many times as you want. So that was about all we have to say today for the peer-to-peer social crowdfunding campaign and event that we've provided for charities. If you'd like more information, or if you're looking to really inquire and learn and maybe run your own first event, we have an amazing how-to white paper guide that you can go on to really learn about everything about budgeting, logistics, about getting sponsorships, about engaging your donors, how long in advance should you set up a campaign, whether it's a couple months or maybe a few weeks. It goes really in depth about everything that you really need to know about launching your first P2P event. So this is through CanadaHelps.org in our educational sector of our website for charities, and then this will also be provided at the end of the webinar as well. So on to our final and third solution that we will be talking about today is our new event management platform. So this is a really great platform that we've created to really help you with any type of ticketed sales events that you have. So if you have a gala, a dinner, you maybe have a golf tournament, this is specifically designed for charities who really want to collect tickets and sell tickets to participants and donors as well. So similar to what I've done with the P2P event is I've broken down into two broad questions. So what is events, and why your charity should consider launching an event. So I did briefly talk about what is the events management tool. It's really an easy tool that really takes the stress out of running an event. It's an online tool that we provide for charities to really host an event, whether it's an online event through a webinar, whether it's a paid event, whether it's a free event, completely your choice. And we've seen a lot of different types of events, from golf tournaments to charity auctions. We've seen dinner galas. It's really the most cost-effective way to really launch an event online. It's specifically designed for charities. It really reduces the administration fee, the administration costs of handling everything online, easy, seamless online ticket sales, different ticket options, and flexible split receipts, which is a really, really cool feature that we offer as well. And if you are looking to possibly consider launching an event, the monetary measurement of success is really easy to measure, but in terms of getting your brand, your charity, your mission, the online awareness, it is really a great way to kind of attract new donors, share your experience that you do have about your mission with your individuals, your supporters, to really bring people together and harness the power of really creating those relationships with the existing donors and attracting new and additional donors on top of that as well. It's a great source of revenue, fundraising opportunity for charities. Ticket price source in terms of donations, in terms of the sales that you will receive, but you can also add on raffles and auctions and different prizes, on-site event donations, VIP opportunities. There are many different ways to really engage and activate with your participants and donors as well. So you can see here, this is our main page, our landing page of the events platform. So you can see that it's very seamless. It looks very nice. It's clean. It's really easy to understand. So the first thing that you see at the top is the Nepal earthquake relief concert. So this was an event hosted by Nepal Schools Project to put on a concert to provide awareness and collect and sell tickets as well. So they have a really, really great hero image as well. That's kind of the first thing that you see. You have the color palettes with the blue, the lighter blue, as well as the yellow. Really, really vibrant and easy to tell with the call to actions. So you have the buy now, the ticket. You have all the social sharing on the right side, so it has links to Facebook, it has links to Twitter, Pinterest, Google+, as well as email address as well. So just under that, you have different types of tickets as well. So maybe you have a ticket for an early bird, VIP, just general admission, maybe you have tickets that have additional components with it as well, so you can put a description as well, and then you can put a date of when the tickets go on sale, and then when the tickets are closed off or sold out. So you can actually put a message saying when the ticket is sold out. And then just to the right of that as well, it has the goal progress, so you can see the bar kind of move up, and it shows that 68% of the $114,000 has already been made through this event. You have the list of attendees and the number of days to go. With this section, this is actually optional, so you can decide to either show maybe some of this information, remove all of the information, so that is up to you on how you want to share the fundraising goal or the attendees as well. So you have the clear order now button just under the tickets, and then to the right of that has a great Google Maps button that we have that integrates into whether it's a desktop, whether it's a mobile phone, for easy access widget to really kind of see where the location is at a first glance. So there's no confusion or anything like that, and it's really easy to tell exactly kind of where the event is located. So going a little bit into it in terms of how you can tell your story with all the impact statements, set your goal, attend the info, add attendee questions as well if there's something that's specific that you want to, get inquired from an attendee. So let's say you're hosting a dinner event and you have food or meal. So what you can do is you can ask a question, oh, would you like chicken or fish or whatever type of food restrictions or anything like that. You can ask all these questions as well. Information. You can customize the email copy, so when someone purchases an event ticket, they will go directly to their email, and then they'll have a list of all the information and text that you've provided that donor can see right away. You can add in a call for volunteers. You can run an online event only if you want. You can also control the number of tickets. And then there's a little option underneath that where you have the option to add in donations as well. So let's say the event is sold out, or you have someone who can't attend but still wants to give a donation. There will always be that call to collect a donation on top of the event ticket as well. And then at the top here, you can see the different color palettes. So we have 10 different color palettes that you can choose from. So very similar to what we've did with peer-to-peer. So you can brand the event based on your logo colors, on your website, specific color theme that you want to go for as well. So you do have access and customization when it comes to doing that as well. So this is what the actual tickets look like. So they're very clear, they're very easy to understand. It has the date, it has the time, it has the ticket ID number, and then on the top it has the receipt. So this is the receipt that you'll get along with the ticket as well. It has all the information. So this is really great, for a free event, a paid event. So if you do run a free event, whether it's online or just in person in general, there will be no fee or no charge or anything like that. So you can run a full free event using the CanadaHelps event management solution tool as well. And then you can always integrate the donation ask, as I mentioned before. And this is ideal for small gatherings of 10, 20 people, all the way up to thousands of different attendees as well. So it can definitely, whether you run a small event or a large event, accommodate kind of whatever event that you're really looking for. In terms of the tax receipts, this is an interesting feature that we've put on. So we offer the split receipting. So a lot of times when you run an event, you might not be sure of the actual tax advantage or the taxable receipt that the event ticket purchaser will get. So you can have 3 controls that you can include before you start collecting or before you start issuing the tickets online. So the first one is you can offer no tax receipt as well. So they will not get a tax receipt for their event ticket purchase. You can do a post-event tax receipt, which seems to be the most common feature that a lot of charities do decide to use. So once the event is done, you can go back into the charity admin controls, click on the events tab, and you can actually now send out manual tax receipts to those event ticket purchasers for the appropriate tax amounts. Or you can do a tax receipt right away. So if you do, let's say, know the exact amount of advantage or tax deductible donation that they will get, you can include that as well. But everything that we do, like I said, can help integrate all different devices, whether it's the desktop, tablet, mobile phone, managing your event. We've seen a really great examples of charities who come in with a laptop or they come in with a tablet, and you can easily check in and manage all the attendees that are there as well. You can just put a check mark in and really kind of keep track of everyone that's there for a very easy, seamless integration process with that as well. On the right side of the screen over here, you can see the order form, similar to everything else with the credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. We take PayPal as well as Interact Debit. So it's very easy, really seamless integration in collecting the information and purchasing a ticket online. There will be 2 reminders that will automatically get sent out. So there will be 1 reminder 1 week before the event and 1 reminder a day before the event. And this reminder, or these 2 reminders, will actually go to the ticket purchaser's email So they will have up-to-date information on the event and not miss the occasion because of the reminders. And then they can easily do all the social sharing as well. They can promote your event through Facebook, Twitter, Google+, as well as email on top of that. So this is just a little bit more of a breakdown of the actual event page that I showed you originally. You have the goal progress, the 68%, the number of attendees, 208, the clear call to actions with the buy now tickets, all the social sharing tools, a great media carousel that we've also included with our peer-to-peer crowdfunding events. So you can include images and videos directed from YouTube or Vimeo and upload that directly to your page so you can really kind of show and brand your charity, your mission, and kind of what they could expect from an event as well. And then below that is a charity attendee wall, motivational wall that shows all the lists of the attendees that are currently registered, bought tickets, and are ready to go to your event. So this is a little bit of what the backend looks like in terms of the charity admin controls with the events platform. So you can see that it's divided into two sections. So the left side of the screen shows the sales and donations, where the right side shows attendees. So let's start with the left side. These are real-time dashboards, detailed ticket sales reports, information. This is where you can check in individuals. So in the sales and donations side, you can see the number of sales, you can see the additional donations that were made, the days to go, and then just below that, you can see all the individual tickets, email address, first name, last name of the ticket purchaser, and the actual amount and number of tickets bought. And then at the bottom, you can see all two buttons where it says CSV and PDF. These are real-time reports where you can now download a CSV file to go directly into an Excel sheet to easily keep track and manage your event. And then you can also download the PDF version as well. On the right side is the attendees section, and this is where it shows the number of attendees, all the different ticket types. So they have an early bird, they have a general admission, and then they have VIP as well. And you can see the total number of tickets, the amount sold, remaining, all that information as well. And then at the bottom is a little checkbox, and this is where you can manage your attendees, keep track of who's there. You can also resend tickets to the individuals as well. And then similar to left side, you can always download the CSV file or PDF. And this is where you will see some questions that were asked as well. So if there's a specific meal item that you want to ask questions about, preferences meal or vegetarian options, this is where all that information will be collected as well. And if you do type of CRM integration, what I did not mention in peer-to-peer is we have plugins with Salesforce and Razor's Edge to take all the information from CanadaHelps, whether it's the event management platform, whether it's the peer-to-peer platform, and easily integrate that into those two CRM tools as well. So this is our white paper as well. So this is our another how-to guide to really launching your event and everything you need to know about it. So you can choose a theme that really kind of sets your charity apart, a timeline, so how long before should you maybe start planning, sending out tickets and invitations. Really avoid all the pitfalls and mistakes, and we have a lot of examples and different challenges that we've seen that we've included as well to give you the complete rundown of really launching your event as well. So this is also found on CanadaHelps.org, the 4 charities in the educational resources section, and this will also be sent to you post-webinar as well, so you have a copy as well. And to kind of verify and always go back for additional information and anything you need to know. So that concludes the 3 fundraising platforms that I was going to talk about today. Next we'll go into a little bit of just what's new, what's next, and kind of on our roadmap of all the new updates and features that we're working on here at CanadaHelps. So the first thing is we've actually now have included where you can add multiple charity administrators. So you can send out links to different individuals, volunteers, coworkers, where they'll have their own login information. They can create their own passwords, and now you can integrate and share on your own individual login information. Easy access to dashboards and different benchmarks, so you can actually see how your performance is doing online versus the month before, the year before, and then a benchmark of the charities within your sector or within your category to give you kind of the key metrics versus what other charities are doing as well. So I did talk about the embedded donation form on your page with all the new branding that we've included with colors, different customizations that you can do as well. This is the optional remove the $3 support Canada Helps on your custom donation page. So at the bottom of the form, we do say, oh, you want to support Canada Helps, click this box to give a $3 donation to Canada Helps and everything that we do here. So this is an option to remove that from your form if you want to make it a little bit more seamless and a little bit quicker as well. And then I did mention and bring up the difference of different forms. So whether you want a donation form on your website for only one-time gifts, if you want a donation form on your website for monthly gifts, you can have unlimited of these customizable donation forms for one-time gifts, monthly gifts, for maybe a specific fund that you have as well. So however you decide and to customize, to plan, to use the forms is entirely up to you and what you feel is best for your group, your cause, your mission, and really kind of what you're doing as well. We have these really great educational tools on Canada Helps in the educational sector. So the first thing is we have these really great, short, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, all the way up to 10 minutes of how-to videos. So anytime you need help with setting up anything with Canada Helps, whether it's embedding the donation form, customizing the form, launching your peer-to-peer campaign, we have really great instructional videos to really help you move along in the process as well. A really great white paper. We have 3 white papers that we've launched. I mentioned 2 here with the events white paper as well as the peer-to-peer white paper, and then we have our another white paper to really grow your monthly donors online as well. And then we have access to all of our webinars that we've hosted and our digital marketing course as well through Canada Helps. And here's coming soon, so this is what's to be expected in the next couple of months with Canada Helps. So we're doing a really great integration. We've had a lot of requests over the past year with our peer-to-peer campaign with charities asking, oh, but we would like to inquire about a registration fee. So a lot of the funds, funds do require a team to register, or an individual to register before they can actually start fundraising and participate. So we're actually including a 1.5 release for our peer-to-peer campaign where you can now actually include and put in a registration fee on top of the fundraising pages as well. We're looking to optimize our third-party fundraising platform, so it really enables your donors to fundraise for your charity on their birthday, wedding, special occasions, sporting challenges, whatever idea that they want to do. To really integrate and help bring awareness, fundraise on your behalf as well. All of our CRM integrations I mentioned in terms of the Salesforce as well as Razor's Edge. These are really great reports that we're working on to optimize it a little bit more to give you a lot more control, a lot more access, and a lot more customization to take the information from Canada Helps and input that into your CRM integration. If you have noticed on Canada Helps, our charity admin refresh. So we've, over the past just 2 weeks ago, we've put a little bit more branding, a little bit more integration into the charity admin controls. So if you are a Canada Helps user and familiar with the Canada Helps admin controls, you will notice a little bit of a difference in terms of creating the donation form and looking at all the different tabs, this profile, events, and P2P, just making it a little bit cleaner, easier to navigate, and easier to set stuff up as well. And the last thing is a donor bequest. So this is a really big objective that we're going to launch in Canada Helps over the next little while to really give you that full donor experience of estate donation services and so much more integration in terms of donor bequests and the only donor bequest services in Canada. through a charity as well. So that's it for me. That was all that I had to say in terms of our three biggest social and different fundraising tools that we offer with our customizable donation forms, with our peer-to-peer social fundraising tool, as well as our events and everything new to come with Canada Helps and new things that you can expect to see from Canada Helps as well. So I just want to thank you so much for taking the time today to really learn more about Canada Helps. If you are familiar with what we do, our mission, our cause, and really what we strive to do every single day to make the smaller to medium-sized charities in Canada really the affordable and easy-to-use online services that are not available anywhere else in Canada as well. So thank you so much for taking the time, and I will now pass it on to Kathleen.
Great. Thank you so much, Matt. That was a really informative presentation, and I know I even learned some new things, which is awesome. So now we have a bit of time. We have about 8 minutes for some question and answers. So if you have already come in, which I can go through, but if anyone does have additional questions, you can type them into the question log on your screen. So I'll give people a moment to do that, and I will start with a few questions that came in. So one of the questions that came in, and you spoke to this a bit, it was in terms of administrators on accounts, people are wondering if you can have multiple people as administrators on a charity account.
Well, that's a great question, and I did touch point on this a little bit, and yes, you can now add different charity administrative accounts. So you will have your central login, the first person who has a username or their email address, and in the back end of Canada Helps, there's a little tab where you can now include different charity administrators as well. You will all have your individual login credentials, so username and password, and you all have equal control on what you can access with Canada Helps as well. So everyone will have access to all the tools, all the donation reports with Canada Helps.
Great, thanks, Matt. So another question that came through while you were talking about the customizable donation forms, Jennifer is asking, do we have to set up the branding for our charity tax receipt, or is that already done automatically?
That's a great question. That should be done automatically through Canada Helps. It has your logo on the forms, it has your charity name on the forms, and that's an automatic integration that we have.
Yes, so Jennifer, to answer your question, absolutely. The charity branded tax receipts are across the board now for any donations made through customizable donation forms. So thank you, Matt. So here is another question that came in, and I can actually answer this one. Someone was asking if there's a sample template that we can use to download and design our own e-cards for customizable donation forms. So at this time, we don't have a template, but we do now, in the last few weeks, have the ability for charities to add their own e-cards, which is a really new and exciting feature, because actually with Canada Helps, 10% of donations, people choose to send an e-card. So if you are interested in learning more about e-cards and how you can upload your own custom e-cards, we have created a short video, and that will be available in the email that's sent out in the how-to video section. So for people interested in that, there's a short video that explains the process for how you can do that. So here's a question, Matt, that you spoke to a bit, but if you could just provide a little more insight. So this question is from Tracy, and her organization is new to Canada Helps, and she was wondering if the charity gets complete data and if there's an easy tool to add to integrate with Razor's Edge.
That's a great question. So you will get complete data. If you are using Canada Helps as a full fundraising registration and platform, you will have complete control given that you've included all your banking information with CanadaHelps. So if the donor decides to give out their full information, that means remain not anonymous. You will have access to their first name, their last name, their email address, as well as the donation. And on top of that, you can actually now send personalized thank you messages and emails to that donor individually on top of the automated general email that gets sent out through the custom donation form. So when you are fully registered with CanadaHelps for the full fundraising program, with the electronic banking information that you sent to us, you will have complete access to all the donor information, assuming that they chose to remain fully, all their information is provided to you and they're not remaining anonymous.
Great, thanks. So this question came through when you were talking about our peer-to-peer social fundraising solution. So this person is asking, if you have an amount of money raised for an event that was not collected through CanadaHelps, so an offline donation, is there some way to add that offline donation amount so that it shows in the total that's been collected so far on the P2P page?
Yes, that's a great question that I did not touch on. So we do accept offline donations. So we accept offline donations at two levels. So the charity level, so as a charity you can now include an offline donation in terms of the main charity hub page, and then the team captains of each team can now also include an offline donation as well, which will both include on the fundraising bar as well.
Great, thank you. So I'm just taking a look to see if any more questions are coming through. So this is a question that came in about our fees. So why are the percentages different from 3.5 to 4.9%?
That's a great question. The fee structures do range a little bit different based on the tool that we offer and then that you decide to use. The difference really in terms of the percent fee is really just the amount of customization and production that we've really put into these programs as well. And then even in terms of the fee structure, you know, P2P is at 4.9% while the event is at 4.9. This is still substantially lower than any of the for-profit or any other individual fundraising platforms that are out there as well. So we just wanted to give the best price that we could for charities as well. So that would be kind of the reason why they differ a little bit is in terms of the production and all the work that we've put in to really provide these charities with all these platforms.
Great, thanks, Matt. So this is another question that came through while you were talking about the events platform. The question is there an option for reserved seating with event tickets where donors can choose their seat?
This is a great question. There's nothing that I don't believe that we can do in terms of reservations. We have seen examples of tables. So a lot of times charities want to set up, let's say, a table of 8 or a table of 10 and kind of sell those tables individually as a package as well. So we've seen examples of that, but not individual kind of seating preferences.
Great, thank you. So the next question is about emailing event attendees. So the question is, can you send out emails to attendees? And I know you spoke to this again, but let's just reiterate that so everyone's aware about emails people can send to event attendees.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can send emails to individual attendees within the admin section of CanadaHelps. There's also the customizable email text that goes out. So in terms of setting up your event, you can actually, on the right side of the screen, there's a tab where you can actually write customized text for the email. So when someone purchases a ticket or they make a donation, this is text that you filled out that the donor or that the attendee ticket purchaser will receive. And then you can also, like I said, send an email within the platform itself.
Great, thank you. So there are a lot of great questions that are still coming in, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to ask one more, and then we will do our best to follow up with people post-presentation to answer specific questions. So the last question, and this came up a few times, is when you say that donations are charged 3.5% on which end? So is the attendee the purchaser charged, or is it the charity?
Yeah, so in terms of the 3.5, I think you were referring to the custom donation form. The 4.5% is for the events platform, so that will be charged to the charity. So that 4.5% will come off from that charity. The 3.5% from the custom donation forms will also come off from that charity. So let's say I'm a donor, I want to donate to your charity through your website and use Canada Helps custom donation forms. So I give a donation of, let's say, $100. So I will get a tax receipt for my $100 right away through my email once I complete that donation. Now, the charity, once we disperse that fee, you will receive the $96.50. And then Canada Helps, with all of our credit card fees that we collect and we take in, will take that 3.5%.
Great. Thank you so much. And again, thank you to everyone who joined us this afternoon. This does conclude our presentation, and that we really hope it was informative for you all. Matt, thank you again so much for presenting. And if anyone does have any other questions or wants any additional information, you can always feel free to reach out to us via email at charitylife@canadahelps.org. So again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you all on the next webinar. Thanks again. Bye, guys.